about y'all guys good?
Yep.
Talk about senior day and getting to go down that hill one last time.
It's a privilege, to finally get my chance, to run down the hill, be recognized for the hard work that, I put in. I know, Mac, he came and congratulated me, and I did the same for him, for this accomplishment. It's a privilege.
Over the years, Coach Dabo Swinney said sometimes inspirational stuff, funny stuff. What's something that sticks out of your mind, one of his messages, whether it was bring your own guts is your favorite, or some of the other things he said over the years?
One thing that I'll remember from Coach Swinney probably would be him, when it's not dealing with adversity, but when it's a situation, that he has to handle. He says a lot. He's like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" And that's one of the things that I remember about Coach Swinney. Yeah.
What's it been like playing for him?
It's been a privilege also. Ever since 2011 and before then, just looking at him being a man of God, I always, thought that was brilliant. A unique thing about him. That was something that, he put out there that, he wasn't afraid, to put his faith out there.
Obviously, it comes with the winning, but have you guys kind of gotten a kick out of seeing Coach Swinney become like this national figure with the sayings, the dancing? It just seems like there's always a video clip, whether TV or the computer, of him all over the place these days.
Well, I mean, for me, I try to stay out of those, things. To me, he's the same guy. He's always the same guy. Nothing changes, about him when the lights are on or when they're off. He's always the same guy. He's going to do what he's going to do, and that's another unique thing about him.
It was interesting today. Coach Swinney was talking about enjoying the finish. 18 days left, and it's so much different than what we've heard of. Next game. We got one game to focus on. Are you more focused on Wake Forest, or are you able to look around and see all the things that are out there for this football team if you can win every football?
That sticks out in the back of my mind, but Wake Forest is definitely our main goal right now. And as a team, to come out and have a great performance, we got to put one foot in front of the other. Don't put the cart before the horse.
Would you guys embrace the opportunity more now? Because it seemed like Coach was with this 18 days till you can punch your ticket to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, definitely. But in order to do that, we have to continue to keep tunnel vision and stay focused on the goal that's at hand.
I mean, was it crazy a little bit at first when you guys become the #1 team in the country? Did you guys need like a week or 10 days to kind of settle into the, okay, this is a normal thing for us now?
Well, I'm not sure, how a lot of my teammates feel, but for me, I appreciate the acknowledgement of sports and football. But for me, it's just us playing Clemson football. Us going out trying to give our best every week, and being #1. It's kind of, it's a lot that comes with it. A lot more attention, a lot, more of a target. You're more of a target. But, we've handled that pretty well, I say.
The journey, Coach Swinney kind of talked about it, how some of the freshmen just think this is the norm. But you were a guy, that's here in 11 when they first won the first ACC championship in 20 years. Can you talk about the journey and how Coach Swinney's built this program and how you guys have got to where you're at right now?
Yeah, he's done a great job, man. From the time that I've come in, he's been talking about changing and having this vision, changing this facility, and having this vision, and it's been going on, and I think he's done a great job, with working with us, working with the other players, and I think he's done a great job in changing the, and keeping that strong culture and what Clemson stands for. I think he's done a great job.
Do you think about, because you were recruited during that 2010 season when they were 6 and 7, do you think about what it looked like in 2010 and and where it has and all this gone through?
The thing I say is, those players, those guys, they gave great effort. I think about the Florida State game with Daquan Bowers. He had a phenomenal game that year. I think they barely lost to Auburn that year, and just to go back and just think, those guys, man, they fought and clawed just like we do. So our success is just as much, just as much as of them as it is of us. We're just getting acknowledged for it, and a lot comes with it. The coaching, those things being changed, I think plays a role. But I think, man, they're just as much as a part of this success as we are.
Going into the season, BJ, you're kind of under the radar guy. You play behind Stephon last season, obviously, but you had a couple of monster games. Your defensive MVP 2 games in a row. Are you starting to get some more recognition from your peers on campus? And how nice is it to start to get some recognition after putting in all the hard work you had?
I am, but I'm still kind of under the radar. And I kind of like to, fly that way. But, none of that stuff really, I'm not really into that stuff. I'm gonna put my head down and work type of guy. And that's just kind of what I've always been about. I like to, thank Coach Boyd back in Lamar. He installed that in me early. And, that's something that I really take appreciation in. And yeah, man, that's, that's what it is now. Coach Batson, that's what he teaches. Put your head down and work, man. And, and when you look up, you see where you're at.
Was that the same attitude maybe you took coming into the season when people were predicting, like, how can this Clemson defense be any good? They lost, 1 million people, and they can't possibly be that way again. I mean, did you take that same kind of attitude? We're all just going to put our head down.
Yeah, definitely. With being able to come in with those guys, I had an opportunity to, see how to work and, and work with those guys and, put my head down and work with those guys and grind. And so, my entire mindset was, well, okay, they're gone, but nothing is going to change. We're going to, remain the same and keep that thing going that we have. And, hopefully when I leave, I leave that installed in some of the younger players that are here.
You brought up Lamar. Do you ever talk to LeVon?
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit. He has a kind of a new schedule now. He's a great inspiration, man. Actually, LeVon may be the first football player that I have ever known of, actually just consciously, coming from that town and hearing that name. You hear that name and John and Mike, and Marshall, and yeah, of course, he's a great inspiration.
What has been his advice to you, going through all this?
Man, just to, put my head down and work, man. It's nothing that's going to be easy, nothing's going to be given to you. You got to go out and get it. He's, let me know that, I've been doing a great job of representing, our city and him the right way, and I appreciate that.
Talk about the big picture and big goals that are still out there. Can y'all win championships and get where you want to go the way the last couple games have gone defensively, specifically the way you played Syracuse, or is that a little bit of a reality check that we got to fix?
We definitely have some things that we had to go in and fix, but we're still the same defense and we're still the same team that went out at the beginning of the season and did great things. Of course, we have to look at those things because they happen. But I still have great faith in my teammates and my coaches, my coaching staff. And, we're just going to go out and work hard and, put on a great performance next game.
You mentioned you don't have quite as much depth as you had last year. I asked Coach Sweeney this, and he was like, well, you only played 55 plays. But do you think the lack of depth has had anything to do with some of the steps you guys have to defensively?
No, not at all. I don't think so. I don't think that it plays a role at all. We're all, in great, football shape, to play a full-length game like that. And, I don't think that has anything to do with, what's going on.
You mentioned Coach Sweeney's religious faith was one of the things that really appealed to you about him. Did it really bother you or anger you a while back when anti-religious political groups Clemson came under fire from that?
I mean, I didn't really get upset because people have their opinions. I have friends who are not in a religion or and I don't judge them any differently. But I try to persuade them, and right is right and wrong is wrong. But I mean, I really, you really can't. You can have your opinion on it, but you really can't. There's no room to judge.
Coach Swinney, Coach Venables have both praised you a lot recently, saying the kind of leader you can become for this defense. What do you think has enabled you to take such a big step forward in your senior season?
Being patient, learning patience. It helped me a lot. Being able to see a lot of guys come through, and to watch a lot of guys have success. I think that learning from a Tig Willard, Carico, Quan and Christian, those guys, they did a tremendous job while they were here. Those guys, they taught me how to come in and work, and those are the type of things that I'll continue to have the rest of my life, past football.